Just head to sasportstar.com and register to win a pair of tickets to the Cowboys' final preseason game, Friday, August 22nd at 6 p.m. Cowboys! It's your chance to catch America's team live before the regular season kicks off.
I like this kind of party!
From AARP and 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. 94.1 FM. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, of course, the big news of the day is Micah Parsons requesting a trade from the Dallas Cowboys after contract negotiations have failed. He wrote in a very lengthy post that he no longer wants to play for the Dallas Cowboys. Another Cowboy news, former receiver Amari Cooper's calling it a career after 9 seasons in the NFL. He also played for the Bills, Browns, and Raiders. And Carlos Correa about to make his re-debut as an Astro.
This is Extra Innings with Pleasure.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Rock and roll! The Texans win it!
You've been called the Da Vinci of our time. What do you say to that?
Absolutely ridiculous. I don't paint.
That goal is history! A walk-off home run!
And it's going to be legendary.
James Pledger wraps your day with insight, opinion, plenty of sarcasm, and of course, your calls. He'll even pour a beer out the door for his favorite story of the day. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. Now, here's Pledge.
What's up, Danger? Can't stop me now.
Welcome into Extra Innings with Pledger right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. I am James Pledger. Thanks for joining me, however you may be joining me, whether that's 94.1 on your FM dial. If you happen to be locked in and listening at sasportstar.com via our AA Best Bail Bonds audio player, or if you happen to be watching the show live on YouTube, that's right, we stream all of our shows live via YouTube. Just go there, search SA Sports Star, go ahead, like, subscribe while you're at it. You can comment along with the show, or feel free to get in touch the old-fashioned way, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. You know, I always love having conversations with y'all. And my goodness, if Micah Parsons didn't just drop a bomb this morning. That's right. Micah Parsons, in a very lengthy iCloud notes, tweeted out, very, very lengthy, his love for the Cowboys, wanted to be a Cowboy, wanted to be a star. Keywords, wanted. And a lot has been made, and you heard Jason and Joe on the Blitz talking about it. You know, he's lying. He didn't want to be the highest paid, yada, yada, yada. It's perspective and what you believe, right? Because I do believe that the Joneses are forcing this matter in a sense of just uncertainty. And do I believe that he didn't necessarily have to be the highest paid? Absolutely. Because he said in his notes, he wanted to clear some things up. He had his agent reach out to the Cowboys staff last offseason after his third years, hopes of getting it done early, which would have been him leaving money on the table right there off the bat because he's doing it so early. Unfortunately, team did not want to start negotiations at that point, and he was okay with it, didn't complain, focused on the season, got hurt, etc., etc. He said after the season, he told his agent once again to let the team know that they were open to negotiate when they met at the combine. His agent informed him that he should wait until other deals get done because the price would then only go up. But he didn't care about that. He wanted to secure himself as a long-term Cowboy. So he told his agent he doesn't care. The problem is with all of this, because everybody's calling Micah a liar now and that he wants to be the highest paid. No, he didn't. He understood the market would go up and would have taken the highest then, which wouldn't have been the highest later. Instead, he had that negotiation, quote unquote negotiation, with Jerry back in March. And at the end of that quote unquote negotiation with Mr. Jones, he informed him afterwards, my agent would reach out thinking things would get done. His agent reached out and spoke to Adam but he was told the deal was pretty much already done. His agent then, of course, told him, no, it wasn't, because he hadn't talked to his agent, which Micah also says after meeting with Mr. Jones, at the end of that, all right, contact my agent. So didn't contact his agent. And it's been a lot of silence since then. And since then, the market has blown up with Myles Garrett and TJ Watt and everything that's happened. Max Crosby, like up, 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 up. So whatever was discussed is no longer relevant because he was willing to take it then and then have people pass him. But are you willing to let everybody pass everyone and then take less than that? There's a difference, because saying you're the highest paid, that's a badge of honor. Plus you're trying to help set the market for the people that come after you, right? That's part of the whole thing. That's why people always next up, because the salary cap keeps going up. So the contracts keep going up to keep up with the rising salary cap. Otherwise, things would stay stagnant because nobody was ever a better quarterback than Tom Brady. So therefore, nobody should have ever been paid more than Tom Brady or Peyton Manning. That's just the way contracts work. Jerry missed his window by not communicating with his agent, because it would be foolish for Micah, who is paying an agent, to go over the language. And it is irresponsible on Jerry's part to expect these players to negotiate without their agents, because Jerry can say he has their best interest at heart. Does he? In the grand scheme of things, when he's making a contract to protect himself, is he worried about the player? So I find all this hate towards Micah Parsons at this point in time for the way things have unfolded after his lengthy post. And if you read into his post, I think he has right. Now, do I think this can all be solved with the stroke of a $45 million a year check? Absolutely. But much like with Dak, the longer you stay silent, don't communicate, don't negotiate, that price tag's only going to go up with every passing quarterback deal. And the Cowboys paid the price for it with Dak, because they went far and above and nobody's come close to it since. And now, Micah Parsons, I could see 45 being on the table, if I'm being honest. That's one way to soothe over negotiations. The same way, because Max Crosby was at 35. You know how they fixed it with Myles Garrett in Cleveland? They gave him 40. So, yeah, it's going to hurt. It can be solved. But I do believe that, yeah, we can blame Micah, and this is about, look at other players across the league, whether it's the Eagles or whoever it may be. The guys that take care of their players in a timely fashion, the Eagles, happy organization, happy players. You don't hear them speaking out against the organization. You don't see things like this. You don't see players changing their Twitter profile to support the player. It's very unnerving in the way that they're so callously handling the business of the organization with the players, because it's also bad for the organization against the salary cap, because you are having to pay more by waiting on these deals. If you get them done earlier, if you would have done Micah early, like he wanted back at the combine in February, when you were having that conversation with him in March, you get it done then before Max Crosby, you lock him in at like 34, 35. All of a sudden, Micah Parsons seems like a bargain 4 months later. But by waiting, now you've reset a market. You have to reset a market again. I mean, Nick Caserio got him out in front of the cornerback market with Derek Stingley Jr. He was the highest paid for about a month. Then Sauce Gardner came in. And that market's only going to go up and up and up every time a next great corner signs a deal. There are ways to get it done. There are ways against the cap, and they can talk about, it's got to be both sides. Micah's got to want to be paid too. Well, according to him, y'all aren't even talking to them. Y'all aren't calling them. Y'all aren't trying to negotiate. So at some point, the Cowboys, in Steven's words, also have to want to get a deal done too. And to do that needs to be communication. This is Extra Innings with Pleasure. I am James Pleasure right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 941 FM, sasportstar.com. A little earlier today, the Blitz, we'll get a little bit more into this Micah Parsons stuff. They talked with Christy Sales of DallasCowboys.com and the Cowboys Radio Network, their sideline reporter. And Christy Scales with some fantastic insight. And while Micah is playing his leverage card, the Cowboys also have big leverage cards that they can play. We'll discuss when we come back here on Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and the Gomez Law Firm present the second annual Back to School Drive this Saturday from 11 till 1 or while supplies last at the Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Free backpacks and school supplies for all school-age children while supplies last. So don't be late. This Saturday, 11 till 1, presented by the Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Sponsored in part by Las Palapas, Array, the College of Healthcare Professionals, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The granddaddy of all hunting shows is back, and we are ready to cross the state of Texas to bring the best hunting show to a city near you. The Hunters Extravaganza is a great event for the whole family. We have the latest and greatest the hunting world has to offer, from products to hunts, and feature seminars with Dr. Deer, Gary Robertson, and more. Come enjoy attractions like rattlesnakes, gator country, a fish tank, and many more. Join us in San Antonio for the Hunters Extravaganza. Get tickets at ttha.com. Brought to you by the Texas Trophy Hunters Association.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
You know, the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Hey, it's Mike Rohn. If I have a choice, I like to do business with companies that actually stand for something. That's why I switched from Verizon to Pure Talk. No offense to Verizon, I'm sure they stand for something. I just don't know what it is. Pure Talk, on the other hand, is a veteran-owned company that supports our military in a big way, and I appreciate that. Yeah, I also appreciate unlimited talk and text and plenty of data for half the cost of the big guys, and I do like being on America's most dependable 5G network for just $20 a month, but what I really appreciate is no contract, no cancellation fees, and Pure Talk's commitment to handle all their customer service in this country. I saw it for myself. I went to Georgia. I got a tour of their headquarters. I met their CEO, and I talked to the same customer service folks that you'll talk to when you dial pound 250 and say keyword micro. Switch today and save 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say keyword micro. Pure Talk, a wireless company that actually stands for something.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low. It just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love, only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
We didn't take to retirement like we thought we would.
We got bored.
So I thought I'd book a trip to Italy to celebrate retiring.
We didn't speak Italian.
We didn't then. We do now. Because of Babbel.
Babbel is the refreshingly easy-to-use app for learning a new language. With more than a dozen languages to choose, Babbel uses immersive lessons to teach you vocabulary and grammar in a way that sticks.
We set a goal for 15 minutes per day.
That's all we needed.
And Italy was just...
Bellissima.
That means beautiful.
In Italian.
From interactive lessons led by experts to conversation tips on real-life topics, Babbel's revolutionary teaching style keeps language in your head and easy to remember. Celebrating 15 million subscriptions sold. Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
April Ansira here from the Ansira Auto Group. Every year, the Texas Yes Project provides thousands of students across the state with free school supplies. And now you can help by entering the Drive Away for Education raffle, proudly sponsored by the Ansira Auto Group. One lucky winner will drive away in a brand new car, truck, or SUV. And countless young Texans will move forward with stronger futures. And we'll be giving away a gas card and shopping spree, plus other weekly prizes. Buy your raffle ticket today at TexasYesProject.org.
Hey, Joe Fortenbaugh here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sports book for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with the promo code JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
It's Extra Innings with Pledger on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pledger right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. I appreciate y'all for riding along with me tonight. I am James Pledger. You can follow me on the socials at I am Pledger. You can follow the station at SA Sports Star. Jacob Eric saying that nuclear option she told us about was crazy. Yeah, that nuclear option was crazy. What he's referring to is Christy Scales of Dallas Cowboys, sideline reporter for the Cowboys radio networks and DallasCowboys.com. She was talking with the Blitz earlier today, and they got into, well, let's say Micah played his leverage hand. The Cowboys' leverage hand seems much heavier.
Christy Scales from the Dallas Cowboy Radio Network since 1991.
Oh my gosh!
You've seen all the drama, all the drama.
Yeah, hired straight out of kindergarten. I just want to make that note regarding 1991.
I think it was before pre-K.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. This everything had been going too smoothly during camp, apparently. And I'm glad that you guys just kind of went from no boo to here and didn't mention in between. So, the
rudder room?
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Did y'all already talk about that?
No,
okay.
but I mean,
okay.
I think our audience, knows that every night ends at the rudder room.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Did y'all just come straight here from Rudder Room, or not
No,
even hit the hotel?
We went back to the house and slept a little bit.
Took a nap.
Here
we are.
Yeah.
No, but Joe did speak it into existence.
I
walking
did.
in.
Yeah,
Joe. I just said we need some drama today. Well, it'd be funny if Micah requested a trade because Terry McLaurin did that yesterday.
Well, also Myles Garrett had done it, and it worked for Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
And he's the one that at least for a month had set the standard for the elite pass rushers at $40 million a year, and then it's eclipsed by T.J. Watt. And so Micah probably sees that and decides that he's getting impatient and let's get something moving. But it's a very risky thing because there are real ramifications here. I know the Cowboys have said that Micah's not being traded, but if Micah leaves camp, then you've got 5 days. And if he doesn't return in 5 days, then there are some serious repercussions that the Cowboys could basically use a nuclear option and place him on the reserve retired list. And it's not just that you're fined $50,000 a day for the 5 days or however long that you leave camp, but if a team places you on reserve retired because he had already come to camp, then he would not be eligible to play for the Cowboys or any other team for this entire season. And that goes beyond just this year because that affects your accrued service. So he's also losing a year towards free agency. So he doesn't have control and he doesn't have a lot of options here. And by exercising this thing and requesting a trade, I think he's playing his hand really early in this because the Joneses may not do it on the timeline that we all think they should do things. Certainly the players who want that bonus money and the guaranteed money as quickly as possible. Certainly not by media and fan standards who get very frustrated of, we know it's going to be just over $41 million a year, so just get it done. A little more complex than that.
Yes, it is.
But the Joneses ultimately get it done. So am I surprised that Micah has requested the trade? Not really, but I think more of the timing is a little surprising for me.
Christy Scales from the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network here on the Blitz, and all of it seems par for the course for the way the Cowboys do business. You see other teams that try to get deals done early and timing, but it feels more personal with Micah, especially with his tweet today.
Sure,
Has it
prideful guy.
Has it gone too personal from Micah's side, and how personal is it from Jerry's side, thinking he had maybe a handshake deal with Micah?
I find more commas and higher numbers in front of the commas when it comes to contract tend to paste over those kinds of personal feelings.
Yeah.
Right.
But here's the thing. You say that the team doesn't get it done. Well, they've got Jake Ferguson done. And, they do get them done. But when the guys, the CD Lambs, when the Dak Prescotts, when the Michael Parsons, who truly are, going to be the highest paid at their position. I know that Jamar Chase is higher paid than CD Lamb, but these are really,
sure, right.
very significant contracts. There's just more to it than that, and it has to do with when the bonuses count, and they're playing chess while the rest of us are playing checkers, saying, okay, it's going to be $41 or $42 million a year. It's how it's going to hit the cap on certain years and where bonuses come in, and like what they did with Trayvon Diggs with the de-escalator.
Yeah.
With the $500,000, they, when they're investing in the big money and like the Diggs of the world and CD and by the way, there's a de-escalator in Jake Ferguson's contract as well.
Yeah.
The new one that he just signed. So there's a lot more to it than just pay the man. It's going to average out this. No, it's how you're doing the numbers so that you can make subsequent moves to fill the rest of your roster.
Well, and Christy, not only that, and Micah in his statement today admitted that his agent advised him to wait.
Yes.
And so, I mean,
and the Cowboys know that they're waiting.
Exactly.
So it's like, why aren't you doing anything? They know that nothing, they know they got to wait. And Hendrickson still doesn't have his done, right? Now, not that Hendrickson would top TJ Watt or Miles, but it may get close to that. So not everything has played out yet.
On the football field, we had a caller earlier say he's not that good anyway. He doesn't show up in the playoffs, all that. Can you put into words what Micah Parsons means to this Dallas Cowboys defense?
First of all, the team has to get in the playoffs before Micah can show up in the playoffs. So it's significant just because it affects everything else. And gosh, I think the pass rush, Micah comes back and just getting Dante Fowler back from Washington. Ezeraku, I think, is going to be a real revelation. Maybe not early in the season, but as the season goes on, if he can stay healthy, the rookie second-round pick from Boston College. But what you can do with Micah is, my favorite thing from the sideline is when I don't see Micah right on the edge, closer to me, when I see him over the A-gap, when he's mugging over the center and that pressure up the middle, oh my gosh. So the ability to move him around, I think is really significant. And the other thing is, I was just real excited. I'm still excited because I think it's going to work out. Mike is going to be suited up for week 1. But the way Eberflus, I think he has some really special things planned in ways that he's going to utilize his pass rushers and some specific things in mind for Micah. So, yeah, that's why this needs to get done sooner rather than later so that there's plenty of time for Feathers to be unruffled and have a positive attitude heading into regular season, because we know Micah's not going to play in preseason anyway, as the regular starters will not, but he still needs to get some work. It's one thing to be standing out on the field here in Oxnard and helping some of the young guys, but it's not like DeMarvion Overshone. He's not practicing as he's rehabbing from his knee injury, but he's back standing next to Matt Eberflus behind the back judge, in the back of the end zone, and listening to all of the calls and trying to understand the defense and the concepts and why Flus is calling certain things that he does during practice. So there are things that you can do even if you're not participating in the reps, those kinds of mental reps that you can still get a lot out of practice.
Christy, you've been with the Cowboys for some time now. So Stephen and Jerry get this statement today, or the request for a trade. What is typically their response? Because this doesn't happen a lot here with the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, we were trying to think of that, because even when Emmett missed those first two games back in '93, first two regular season games, don't ever recall an actual trade request. We were just talking about that in the media tent. Folks, we're like 10 yards away from where the rest of the media is gathered, and a lot of us have been on the beat for many years, and we were just trying to put our heads together of like, when have actual trade requests happened? It's gotten kind of ugly in negotiations at times, but we couldn't really off the tops of our heads think of trade requests. So I don't think that the Joneses are surprised by this. It's been murmured for the last couple days there could be a trade request coming. They know that Micah is a very prideful person, and nothing wrong with that. But if anybody thinks that this is threatening to the Joneses or will have them alter what they have in their mind anyway for what they want to do, I think that they don't know the Joneses.
True. Christy Scales joining us here on the Blitz, and you say it that way. I was trying to envision, because Micah said he personally requested it to Stephen Jones. So does he go to Stephen's room here at the complex, knock on the door, and say, I want to trade? And Stephen's, I was just trying to visualize. What do you think that conversation was like?
There is an office here where we're in a hotel complex that's an extended stay kind of complex. So it's basically kind of like apartment buildings.
Yep.
And so, yes, the executives each have one of the hotel rooms that is set up as an office. So, in fact, I was just talking with Stephen's executive assistant today. We were talking about going to a concert later this weekend. It wasn't anything about football, but did he physically walk into that room? I'm not sure. It could have happened on a golf cart, Stephen's golf cart. It could have happened in the area where the team eats. It could have happened on the Cowboy bus, but I would not be surprised if he actually walked into that room, because we're all in here together. So just think if everybody were in like a compound, literally in this complex, we're all here together. This year it happens to be 26 days, so everyone has access to all the other areas.
Kristen, when you look at it, and C.D. Lamb responded to this saying, just pay the man. What does this do, you think, to the locker room?
I think that players understand that business is business, and they're certainly going to show their support for Micah. So, but CD, Dak, these guys, they know what it's like negotiating with the Joneses, or their agents do the negotiations. So let's be clear on that. But I think the only real way it affects the work at camp is that they have to deal with all the questions that are going to be asked. I mean, Kyer Elam is doing a press conference today, and literally the tweet comes out while Kyer is up on the podium answering questions, and then he has to answer a question about it. And certainly it affects, it's going to affect the team a lot if Micah, if it doesn't get worked out. But the longer that he's not on the field during training camp getting practice reps, in a way it's good for the younger guys because they're getting those reps. But for the betterment of the team, the faster that Micah gets on the field and gets into game shape, because CD talked about it a lot, that missing training camp last year hurt his play early in the season.
Yeah.
And not just physically getting back into game shape, but even though he's been with Dak his entire career, you don't just pick it up like that, right? So, just some of the timing and some of the nuance and things like that. So it hurt the Cowboys' passing game, especially early last year. CD missing that time, and it would be the same if Dak doesn't get any practice reps heading into the regular season for the defense.
Most people listening right now are Cowboy fans and Spurs fans.
Sure.
You live in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
What would the Metroplex be like if in the same calendar year Micah gets traded a couple of months after Luka got traded?
Apoplectic. I'm still apoplectic over Luka.
Yes.
And I will tell you the number of Mavericks fans that were, I won't say angry. Well, some of them were angry when the team with a 0.8% chance or 1.8% chance of getting the first overall pick and get the pick in the draft and get Cooper Flagg, and now Nico Harrison looks like a genius. Well, I won't say a genius, but Nico gets bailed out by getting Cooper Flagg, and people are upset about that. So, me too, a little bit. It's like, God, Nico, Anyway, but the good thing about the Mavericks and Luka was that for at least 5 months, Jerry was not the most reviled general manager in Dallas. But if this doesn't get straightened out with Micah, he'll be back to number one with at the top of the pops.
That's without a doubt. You can catch that full interview in its entirety in a multitude of places. You could go to our AA Best Bail Bonds audio vault at sasportstar.com, or you can go to our YouTube page because we have the interviews there in our playlists. Just go there to the 2025 Dallas Cowboys AA Best Bail Bonds training camp coverage. You will see all of our interviews, whether it's Christy Scales, Kavante Turpin, whoever it may be. They're all going to be right there for you at SA Sports Star on YouTube. And for those of y'all watching here on YouTube, you can check it out after the fact as well. I am James Pledger. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. When we come back, a little beef. Morning Huddle set the standard with one running back. The Blitz, another. I say the two shows should take their guys. They should have that race, and the winner of that race, that show should face a punishment. I'll explain what I mean. Coming up next here on Extra Innings with Pledger on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Porn sites in Texas are turned off.
Yes, they are.
Oh,
they are?
The legislation passed a rule that you have to prove your age. And if you haven't proven your age, which nobody wants to put that information out on the porn sites, they lock you out. So,
in the past, they said, "Are you 21?" And me and all the other 8th graders would say, "Yes."
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
My name is John. I could not lose the weight I needed to. The Institute for Functional Health Wellness Program was the answer. It included a great deal of testing, supplements, and weekly face-to-face doctor visits. I finally had the accountability I needed. I am now 50 pounds lighter. I no longer have pain in my elbow, back, and hips. I have more energy and just feel and look so much better.
Call for your complimentary consultation, 210-468-1891. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health.
Here's Comedians and Sketchers Getting Comfortable, presented by Hands Free Skechers Slip-Ins.
Hey, I'm Bobby Slayton, and I'm here with my pal, comedian, and Skechers ambassador, Mr. Howie Mandel.
Why did it take so long to invent something as amazing as slip-ins? I know it seems simple, but it took Skechers to invent a better pair of shoes.
Yep, with Skechers Slip-ins, you just step it and go. You don't have to touch your shoes. And by the way, Slip-ins are for the whole family, men, women, and kids, in all your favorite Skechers styles. Find Skechers Slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken.
Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Eat up, buddy. It's almost time for school.
You take charge of your home. You take charge of your work.
Don't forget to take charge of your gut health too with Nature Made Probiotics. Nature Made has clinically studied probiotics that work with your digestive tract's natural bacteria, so you won't miss a beat in your daily routine. Find us in the vitamin aisle. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
A couple years ago, I was in the bathroom at the airport when I dropped my smartphone in the toilet. Not smart. I was multitasking when I should have been focused on the job at hand. Embarrassing, but I'm not alone. According to Google, 7 million other multitaskers accidentally dropped their phones into the bowl last year. A gentle reminder that right now you can get yourself a brand new Samsung Galaxy A36 absolutely free with a $35 plan from Pure Talk. The A36 comes with scratch-resistant Gorilla Glass and a battery that'll last all day, along with unlimited talk, text, and data on America's most dependable 5G network. In other words, it's tough and smart. Something to think about next time you're multitasking and the necessary. Just dial pound 250, say keyword Mike Rowe to get your free phone today. You can make the switch in just 10 minutes. That's pound 250. Say Mike Rowe to switch to a no-nonsense smartphone and a company that actually stands for something. Pure
Hi
Talk.
there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know, our pets are beloved family members. But sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
San Antonio's sports star.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pleasure right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 941 FM, SASportsStar.com. Appreciate y'all riding along with me tonight. We're going to get you all the way to the weekend, which starts at least here at 7 o'clock, or at least, hopefully. For me, it'll go a little bit longer than that, but, it's part of Dallas Cowboys training camp coverage week, right? And part of that is earlier this morning, the Morning Huddle guys had the fastest guy at the NFL Scouting Combine on, Jaden Blue, Texas running back. Well, one of the faster guys in the NFL and on the Cowboys for several years has been who the Blitz had on, Kevontae Turpin. And it sounded to me like the Blitz was trying to instigate a little something between Kevontae and Jaden Blue, because at least yesterday we heard that Dak and CD got a race in out at Cowboys training camp.
I was racing him. Yeah. I mean, I had a head start, but yeah, I feel great. I feel great. And honestly, what that is just trying to make sure that I do push my limits in practice, like not being hit. I'm not necessarily running away from people as fast as I can. So I've got to make sure that I do get some of those reps. And that was a good moment right there, just down the field. Hey, CD, let's race with a head start. And so I knew I had to get it. And that's just going to make sure and prepare me for the games. It can't be the first time that I'm running for my life, I guess you can say, when I get out there on Thursday against Philly. So I feel great. And it's just continuing to try to build on that. And you'll see flashes of that throughout the week. And that's me just, pushing myself and preparing myself for game-like moments.
So, yeah, they saw him racing. Dak got a head start. He's testing his hamstring, making sure everything's gearing it up for the regular season, as you heard. Well, there is a legitimate race, I think, that can be had here. And the Morning Huddle was asking Jaden Blue. Well, the Blitz responded in kind with Kevontae Turpin, as Kevontae Turpin former USFL MVP, now all-pro punt returner, kick returner, and wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys. He joined the Blitz a little bit earlier this afternoon, and the Blitz posed to them, hey, who's really the fastest?
Cavante Turpin joining us here on the Blitz. And Cavante, first off, we got to talk about the depth chart that they put, because I'm a tall 5'7".
Yeah.
It says you're 5'7", but you're taller than me.
Hey, I don't know what they doing, man. I'm a cool 5'8", 5'9", man. That's how I think.
You think you're 5'8", 5'9"?
For sure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's like
Probably
me thinking I'm
probably 5'7" with my shoes off.
Yeah.
You know how they do it in the NFL draft day. Probably 5'7" then.
I mean, pretty soon you'll be 6'1".
I hope so. I hope so, for sure.
He's still growing, right?
I hope so.
Oh my goodness, Cavante! Just first and foremost, how are things going for you out there?
I feel good, man. I feel like Shotty finding ways to get me the ball out there, and I feel like I'm stepping up to the plate, and I feel like I'm doing great with the playbook, whatever they throw at me, like running back, outside receiver, inside receiver, and I feel like I'm doing good with it.
Cavante, when you look at a new offensive coordinator or head coach, but play caller, how much different is the playbook this year than last year?
But I really say we got like down the field throws. Last year we really were like short game, quick game, roll out play. But now we got like a lot of down the field throws, like big 20-yard bombs, 40-yard bombs. So that's why I say the big difference. Shot up on the link down the field. Especially when guys want to play us man, want to do cover zero, and all that. We're gonna take big shots down the field.
Just the overall atmosphere out there, Cavante. I mean, everybody that we've had on here, they're buying in. They love the new culture and the energy that Shotty is bringing. You like what he's doing?
Yeah, man. I was just saying, man, Shotty, he's a player coach, man. He's doing everything to make sure everybody stay healthy. We always competing. Like we got a basketball goal in the team meeting room. Just to have fun with it. And I feel like Shotty bringing that that energy. For everybody to compete everywhere we go.
But he's also a little bit of a disciplinarian. When was the last time you had to run sprints after practice?
Yeah, I say back in high school, man. But we need that, man. We need that discipline. Like they said, man, talent was never an issue here. It's always been a discipline, and I feel like Shotty, he's on the road with, giving everybody on the right track.
Cavante Turpin joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Cavante, there's going to be a Lifetime movie about you, man. I mean, your story is pretty remarkable. I mean, when you sit here and you're out there on the practice field, you're playing at Jerry World, and you're in the NFL. You worked hard to get here, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What has it been like?
I just say, man, it's been a long journey, man. Ups and downs, coming out of college. But now, man, I just feel like, man, I'm in a great headspace, since I've been in the league. And I just feel like, man, I'm great, and I'm always blessed, man. I always say God always been my glory, and I'm just happy to be here.
I remember a couple of years ago when you showed up for a chance at making this team, and it was, you were talking about, just the wow factor that you had an NFL helmet coming off what you did in the USFL, and now you got that contract and the security that comes with it. I mean,
yes,
your road, certainly not smooth and well-traveled, but, just getting here, but not saying, okay, I've achieved the goal. Now, how do you continue to motivate yourself to keep going?
I just say, man, I always had a chip on my shoulder, man. Every time I go out there, I'm the smallest guy on the field. So I feel like, man, I just got to play with my heart. I always been like, man, no matter if I do make it to the NFL, man, that's not the goal. The goal is always just to stay here, show the people that I belong here. And I just feel like I do that over the years, and I'm going to continue to do it.
Well, you're versatile, right? I mean, kick returner, wide receiver, whatever they ask you to do, you're doing it. Do you have a favorite?
I'll say my favorite, I played running back growing up. That was my favorite position. But, growing up, all the guys told me I was too small. So that's when I switched to switched to receiver. And I just say, man, I'm just versatile, man. Whatever they throw my way, man, I'm gonna try to go out there and do it. They can throw me a tight end, block this DN. I'm gonna do my best at it. I just feel like that's always been, who I am.
Well, you say that, you look at a guy like Deuce Vaughn, who not the biggest guy in the room, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's here in the NFL. Your road to get here, but you do so many things. But dude, returning punts has got to be one of the craziest things anybody in football can do.
Yes, sir, man.
And you love that.
Scared. Yeah, I love it. A lot of people scared to, do the punt return, because they can't see, the guys running full speed. They got to keep their eyes on the ball. You know, I feel like, man, I was built to do that. You know, I did it when, like growing up. You know, playing out. We had a thing called high ball. You know, if people throw the ball in the air, you know, you got to catch it. You know, we got guys in front of you, and I just feel like, man, that's what helped me. You know, to do those things.
You got to have a certain kind of thought process, though, to be a punt returner, right? I mean, no fear, obviously.
Yeah. My thought process when I be back there, man. I can't even say it, man. I just be back there just trying to get the ball pretty much, man, at the same time, because, you know, I don't get too many offensive snaps, and I just be trying to get the ball, man. My thought process be like, man, I'm trying to score. You know, that's the only thing I be worried about pretty much. I don't worry about the guys coming down, and I just feel like they ain't gonna tackle me pretty much. So when I get the ball in my hands, you know, I'm just trying to score pretty much.
Not to sound too knucklehead here, but with your size, does that keep the dudes that are trying to tackle you from getting that big clean hit on you just because it's a smaller target?
Yeah, I say, man, you know, back in college, man, you know, I used to always like tweak my bodies for, you know, for I can take big hits, you know. You know, it's the small fracture, you know, guys, you know, they used to hitting big guys, you know, big swole guys. And I just feel like, man, with my speed, you know, it's a difficult for them guys.
Now, it's got to be a great feeling when you get ahead of the pack and you know there's nobody going to catch you.
Oh yeah, once I get past that first wave, oh, it's over with.
It's done.
Yeah, it's done. Yeah.
Nobody's going to walk you down?
Oh, never.
Are you the fastest guy on this team?
Man, everybody knows I'm the fastest on the team.
I don't think everybody knows
Not
that.
everybody.
Not everybody. This morning, Jaden Blue was on our morning show, and this is what he said in answering the question, who is the fastest guy on the team?
Are you the fastest dude on the team?
I think so.
Well, who's the contender?
Probably Turp.
Turp?
Yeah.
Are you guys going to race
we got
the end
some
of
time.
camp?
We need to settle this. I'm not sure. Somebody asked me the other day, was I faster? I say yeah, but I don't know yet. But I think so. But we'll probably have to see.
I think at some point.
It sounds like a challenge to me, Turp.
Hey man, whatever he want to do, we can do it, man. Whatever he want to do, man. He don't sound confident that he the fastest. I sound confident that I'm the fastest in the NFL.
In the NFL.
Come on now.
All right.
I'm confident about saying that.
So even like Tyreek Hill?
Tyreek Hill can get it. He know he can get it. I told him plenty of times he can get it. Yeah.
So do we need like at the Pro Bowl like a 100-meter race?
Man, we can do it. We can do 60 meters.
60
meters.
60, yeah.
Okay.
Nobody want to run 100 for real.
Well, but the football field's 100.
Yeah, we can do 60.
Do 60.
60, yeah.
All right.
Smoke them.
You'd smoke them at 60, but what about 100?
I don't know about 100. I can't keep that speed all the way to 100. I read the 100 in high school. My fastest was a 10-2. You feel me? But I really just can't keep that speed. But now 60, I'll smoke them for sure.
Kevontae Turpin, extremely confident. I think the two shows should see if these guys end up having a race. Who wins that race? There should be a little something on the line. That's all I'm saying. Morning huddle, take Jaden Blue. Afternoon blitz, take Kevontae Turpin. If they race in camp and we get a winner, I think there needs to be a little something on the line there. I think I'm onto something here with this. What say you? 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. You want to be a part of the conversation. We're going to take a quick break, come back. We'll put a bow on the show, start looking at things around the rest of the NFL. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. I am James Pledger right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 941 FM, sasportstar.com.
Want to see Dallas take on Atlanta at AT&T Stadium? AARP is hooking you up. I want winners. Just head to sasportstar.com and register to win a pair of tickets to the Cowboys' final preseason game, Friday, August 22nd at 6 p.m. Cowboys! It's your chance to catch America's team live before the regular season kicks off.
I like this kind of party.
From AARP and 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
The granddaddy of all hunting shows is back, and we are ready to cross the state of Texas to bring the best hunting show to a city near you. The Hunters Extravaganza is a great event for the whole family. We have the latest and greatest the hunting world has to offer, from products to hunts, and feature seminars with Dr. Deer, Gary Robertson, and more. Come enjoy attractions like rattlesnakes, gator country, a fish tank, and many more. Join us in San Antonio for the Hunters Extravaganza. Get tickets at ttha.com. Brought to you by the Texas Trophy Hunters Association.
Hunger striking, snack time calling, it's crunch time. Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds brings you the boldest protein-packed crunch you can't resist with mouth-watering flavors like hot honey, sweet barbecue, and sea salt and cracked black pepper. Why settle for chips when you can level up your snacking game? Plus, they're low-carb, high-protein, and made for adventurous appetites. Score big flavor today. Grab Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds at H-E-B. If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text BAIL to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time. The next time you're out to dinner with friends, you can order the shrimp cocktail for the table. And maybe you'll realize it only comes with 4 shrimp after you've already given away 3, but that one shrimp will be so good. And if you switch and save hundreds, you could get shrimp all the time. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time for shrimp. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Listen up, San Antonio. A huge land sale event is taking place this Saturday, August 2nd, just minutes from exciting New Braunfels, one of the fastest growing areas of Texas. This event starts at 10 a.m. this Saturday, where large 1 to 5 acre home sites will be priced from only $39,900. Here's a rare opportunity to own large acreage in one of the most desirable areas of Texas at a fraction of the cost. The property features a multi-million-dollar clubhouse, resort pool, sport courts, huge hardwoods, dozens of live water tracks, high elevations, and beautiful sunsets. Plus, it's located just minutes from New Braunfels and beautiful Landa Park. All of this for under $40,000. Call now 800-675-1800 and ask about the grand opening of the Overlook on August 2nd. This Saturday, large 1 to 5 acre home sites will be sold from only $39,900. Call 800-675-1800. Call now, 800-675-1800.
South Texas summer is no joke. With temperatures in the triple digits, your roof takes a beating. Call Stevens Roofing and Solar at 210-785-0994. They're local, family-owned, and ready to help. Get a free, no-obligation roof inspection from a team that knows South Texas weather. Whether it's commercial or residential, a small repair, or a whole new roof, get peace of mind with Stevens Roofing. Call 210-785-0994 today. Stevens Roofing has you covered.
San Antonio's Sports Star.
Oh, welcome back into Extra Innings with Pledger here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm James Pledger, about to kick you into the weekend. Some other things from around training camps. Houston Texans training camp. A couple of rookies really starting to impress from what I can decipher down in Houston. It looks like Ariante Ursary has the lead for the right tackle position, beating out second-year pro out of Notre Dame, Blake Fisher, as he has been getting to work a lot with the first team. The true competition on that line feels like it's at center between Jarrett Patterson and Jake Andrews, the guy they drafted in the second round last year or 2 years ago, Juice Scruggs, not working with the ones very much at all. So it feels like that's the real competition down in Houston. Now, at receiver, I'm hearing that Jalen Newell looks fantastic. Separation, getting a lot. Both the Jaden Higgins, both the Iowa State receivers look good, but I'm hearing a lot about Jalen Newell's ability to separate, and I'm wondering how much that's going to play in his ability in the return game, if that's going to be useful and edge out a guy like Braxton Berrios, who was signed basically to be a kick returner. And he's a damn good one. And from what I hear, he has a look better of the two. But do you bank on the upside when you're talking about limited roster construction space? And, you know, with Joe Mixon out, you've got Nick Chubb doing some work, but also rookie running back Woody Marks has been very, very good in the passing game from what I hear. What's going to be very questionable to me is what are they going to do at tight end? You've got Stover, you've got Dalton Schultz, and you probably keeping a Brevin Jordan, I would imagine. What does that mean for a Luke Lachey? I also hear they're working fullback out at tight end as well. So I'm looking for the Houston Texans to do something to really make things interesting. Can't wait to see it. All this next weekend, we get football from both of these teams. Until then, call your loved ones, check on them. You never know what people are going through in life. And I love y'all all. We will see you back here Monday on San Antonio Sports Star.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
GimmeTheVin.com's big cash giveaway. I hate games and scams. So when we had the idea to give away $25,000